How's everyone doing, by the way? Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, my opinion about tier 2 stuff right now. Honestly, it's not surprising. Honestly, I don't know what was that. Honestly, it's not surprising that tier 2 is like kind of gone down the shithole and just a lot of people are involved in like match fixing. I mean, the cheating stuff is like pretty unexcusable, but I think the state of tier 2, there's there's no hope, there's no future. It's not supported by the game developer itself. I feel like Valorant in itself is so just focused on just tier 1 and tier 1 only that they fail to realize that tier 2 is like the pillar. It's like the fucking it's like the infrastructure that tier 1's built off of, like the pathway to pro. If that is destroyed, then eventually the foundation is not going to be strong enough to hold up the fucking building itself. So then eventually it has a fucking timer and it will implode, or just crumble. So that's my personal opinion. I think Riot, what they need to do is get more involved with tier 2, give more of an incentive for these organizations to actually support the scene, and then it would be a lot better. Right now, they just do like here's a hands-off approach. Let's just like here, you guys have the rights to like hosting tier 2 this time, and the other side's like, oh, you guys have the rights this time. I think it's really, really fucking messy. No orgs want to be a part of that. And then even then, when you actually make it, like when you're a top team in challengers, you have a slim chance to even make it to franchise. And when you make it to franchise, it's not even like a permanent slot. So Riot, like TLDR, Riot doesn't give a fuck about tier 2. And I think they should, really. And because there's no future of the scene, yes, it doesn't, it makes sense that players would stoop so low to match fix, to like get into like these gambling like schemes where they're fucking throwing. But honestly, can you really hold it against them? Because that is like some life-changing money. If people are, if what I'm told like is correct, like these people are offered so much fucking money, tens of hundreds of fucking thousands of dollars. That's life-changing money. Who you could be kind of brain dead to accept it, like not accept it, if well, unless you actually want to be like a tier 1 professional player. But the pathway to get there is fucked. It's completely fucked. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily blame the players in themselves, because everyone has to make a living some way. And I mean, these players are playing the game every day, hoping to eventually be the best. But if that goal is just completely lost, then yeah, gotta make some bread somehow. That's my opinion. I'm not gonna defend people that that match fix, but I will say I can see it from a side. If like someone, let's say they come from like a struggling household and like they play fucking Valorant and they got really, really good, and they were like, oh man, like my dream is to like become pro. But then they realize that path is just like, it's just an uphill fucking path with like no end to it. Then I mean, might as well just cash out, right? I think the issue that metrics can lead to jail time, yeah, it can. It definitely can. So what do you recommend for admiring potential people that want to go pro, bro? Well, that is the path, and that's like the traditional path that most people will have to take. So yeah, I think it's a kind of a shame on Riot to not support tier 2 for so long. And I mean, it was eventually bound to happen. It's like, bro, you have like a lawless city, and then like it's not surprising that tier 2 basically became fucking Gotham City, where like all crime is just like fucking just legalized and shit. Like, bro, we gotta have like Batman enter the fucking scene. And in Batman, I mean Riot's fucking financial support. Yes. I'm talking to my stream. Yes.
I thought you were playing.
No. How long are you gonna take? I don't know. You don't blame cheaters. So if we all need to make a living and people steal from you, that's okay, bud. I mean, no, it's like morally it's not okay, but I'm just saying, like, I don't blame someone. Batman, Sean Garrett. Maybe Sean Garrett is Batman. Sean Garrett is literally fucking Batman, bro. We're shining the signal light up in the sky just for him to see. Didn't they used to care for League Tier 2? Like, okay. I will say, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I am really not a fan of franchising. Okay, there's some aspects of franchising I like. There's some parts of franchising, a lot of parts of franchising I do really dislike. And I do think Riot was really quick into rushing the franchising system without allowing a lot of these organizations to keep getting better, for the player base to keep getting better. And we had so many professional teams that were constantly challenging each other. And then when people get challenged and they have to constantly improve over those, the scene keeps getting better and better. Not only that, narrative builds. There's going to be more rivals, there's going to be more stories, and you get to see more underdog stories. Nowadays, an underdog story is like, oh, these people, like, they have to play from fucking challengers. Challengers is a fucking mess. And then after playing to challengers, then you have to get into franchise. And then when you go into franchise, you have to deal with all that moving bullshit. You have to move to LA. And then you have to get accustomed to a new environment playing on like the stage and stuff. I do love LAN play. LAN play is the best part. And that was one thing I was really excited about franchising. But I didn't think about it at the time exactly how hard it would hurt the competitive scene. I do think it's obviously hindsight now, but I do think if franchising was never introduced, I think Valorant would be way more of an exciting esport personally, in my opinion. I think the matches would be way more higher quality. I think you wouldn't have these boring regional matches with no substance to them. There would be the underdogs, and everything would be like fucking phenomenal from an esports perspective, and it'd be hype as fuck to watch.
Okay.
Can you go B? I was gonna go mid late.
And like,
okay, that's fine.
Bro, investing into like tier 2 Valorant is, if from a business perspective,
Vice wall mid.
you are just constantly, you might as well just fill a briefcase full of money and just throw it into a fucking bonfire.
I have one stone.
I'm blind.
Alright, go, bro.
He's
Go
one.
flanker.
Come back. We're mid. There's a Vice